Welcome to the SY22 tutorial video, manufacturing the ejector and extractor.
For this job you will need a flat piece of sheet metal, a drill, and tools for marking, cutting, and bending the metal. Here, I'll use a large marker to aid in scoring the metal. Then I'll find the best placement for the two templates. Using a scribe, I'll mark the sheet metal, making sure to leave an adequate path for my cutting tool. The first machining step is to drill out the two holes for the pins. Here, I will use a center punch to aid in drilling the holes. Now that the holes are drilled, use a pin to hold the templates in place to make sure the drill didn't walk. If required, retrace the templates. If everything is good, let's move on to the next step. I used an angle grinder to rough cut the pieces out of the sheet of metal. Here, I'll use my vise to secure the pieces and refine the edges with hand files. I will keep working the edges until the piece fits snugly into the test fit template. This part of the process can be time-consuming. I recommend stopping often to check your progress, removing only a little bit of metal at a time. Here the final piece is fitting snugly into the test template pocket. Next, I'll repeat the process with the ejector, using the flat printed ejector as a guide. Here is the ejector fitting snugly into its test pocket. I will now use the lines on the template tool along with the 3D printed ejector bending aid to bend the metal ejector in the appropriate area. Now using the ejector bending aid, I will use a hammer and a punch to bend the ejector in the vise. After bending, temporarily install the ejector in the frame and attempt to slide the bolt over top of it to ensure you have adequate clearance. If you were building a one-piece slide, attempt to slide the ejector through the ejector channel in the slide. Here, you can see that the bolt doesn't quite fit over the ejector. This is because I didn't trim the ejector properly, or I may have bent it slightly off. So now, I will use a file to adjust the length so that the bolt slides back and forth smoothly over the ejector. I'm going to put both the 3D printed and metal ejector next to each other in a vise so that I have a reference for filing. I'll take little bits off at a time, continuously checking my work. You want there to be a minimum amount of clearance between the ejector and the bolt. After that adjustment, your bolt should slide smoothly and freely over the ejector. As an end note about the extractor, if it fits snugly into the template pocket, no further adjustment should be required. And just like that, you have completed the most difficult part of this build.
This concludes the SY22 ejector and extractor manufacturing video. Thank you for watching.